Good evening. This is CTV News for Monday, May 9th. I'm Patricia Valone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, as the investigation continues into the shooting spree that crossed county lines, we are learning new information about the case. Today, the Montgomery County State's Attorney says that Eulalia Tordil, the alleged shooter, had written suicide notes and that the gun used was bought in Las Vegas. Denise Douglas has the details.
The bond hearing held for Eulalia Tordil was held in district court behind me. It was done on closed-circuit TV, and interestingly enough, during the whole time, he held his head down as the Montgomery County State's Attorney went over everything that he is charged with. Tordil allegedly gunned down his estranged wife Gladys in the parking lot at High Point High School on Thursday. On Friday, police say he tried to carjack a woman at Westfield Mall in Bethesda. As two men came to her rescue, he allegedly shot and killed 65-year-old Malcolm Winfield. A short time later, Claudia Molina, police say, was shot in her car by Tordil outside the Giant in Aspen Hill. This memorial that you see right here with teddy bears and balloons has been set up in her memory. Again, that bond hearing held for Tordil today. Let me let you hear a little bit more about what the state's attorney said about the weapon used in the incidents.
The gun that was ballistically linked to our shootings here in Montgomery County was purchased in Las Vegas, Nevada in 2014, well in advance of the protective order. That gun was not surrendered, which would have been required. When you are under a protective order in this state, you are supposed to surrender weapons. The defendant's service revolver was in fact surrendered to his employer after that protective order was obtained. However, this weapon was not turned over. We are attempting to, again, verify whether there are other outstanding weapons at this point in time.
The judge's ruling today is that Tordil will be held on a no bond status. Another hearing will be held for him on June 3rd. I'm Denise Douglas, CTV News.
And Tordil is facing life in prison without parole. Meantime, the Prince George's State's Attorney is speaking out about the shooting last week involving a Parkdale High School teacher and her estranged husband. Angela Alsobrook says Eulalia Tordil will be charged with first-degree murder for the death of Gladys Tordil at High Point High School, among other crimes.
We will handle the case as soon as Montgomery County resolves its charges. He was arrested there, and so they will begin the prosecution there, but he absolutely will also face charges here in Prince George's County for the murder of the victim here. And so we're going to go forward with those charges as soon as we bring him back to Prince George's County. His case is in warrant status now. But we will have our opportunity for sure to hold him accountable for the death of our very beloved AP chemistry teacher, Miss Gladys Tordil.
And no word yet on when his Prince George's court date will be set. Well, the education community is still in shock following Tordil's murder. Investigators say the victim had a protective order against the alleged killer. Teresa Mitchell-Dudley is with the county's Educators Association. She says more needs to be done to help teach adults conflict resolution instead of resorting to violence.
We need to teach people not to be violent. How do you work things out using words? We teach the children that in school, but some of the adults need to learn that too. We are all so heartbroken. This has been a very traumatic 6 months, losing two members like this, and I don't recall in the history of my involvement in the association that we've had two very tragic losses like this from violence. But it's an indicator of something that we as a community have to get a hold of, because it affects our children, it affects our teachers, it affects our families, and it comes to school the next day when there's a violent act at home.
Now, the Prince George's County Educators Association is working to create a fundraiser to help the beloved teachers' children. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Valone.